Greetings and welcome to Event Horizon Presentation 2. In this presentation, I'm going to talk about the spiritual aspects of the coming event. The pattern is emerging of a very clear timescale of this, and just before I was making this video, there is another aspect to this that I want to talk about, and that is animals. In particular, animals that are in a zoo. Now, what are we going to do? Are we going to leave these animals to starve to death? Okay, there is the soul agreement, and some of them will be in these animal or reptile or bird bodies. The souls are immortal, as you all know anyway, but should we have the fear to not approach a tiger and let it out the cage and let it starve to death? Is that really benevolent? I don't think so. Think of all the thousands of household pets. Think also about when they talk about this world debt. Debt is dead. So when they're talking about 323 trillion, for example, that is the number of souls that has perished, because the dark side, as you know, will always twist things. Think also about why we have nations and boundaries, because the dark side cannot create. They will always base something on something that was positive and good. So what you are going to see is, wherever you are, your geographical location, you're there for a reason. Everything that has happened to you in your life, every experience you have gone through, is building up to the big event. So you will be able to draw on all those experiences, and they will come into their own. They will empower you. As I've said on previous videos, if you feel some sort of deity attachment about you, just acknowledge it to yourself, embrace it, because it is your soul talking to you, and it is what you are. You need to admit this to yourself, because it will empower you and it will help you to go forwards. So what is happening? Well, as most of you probably know, I find myself in Scotland, and there is a very good reason for that. It is to do with this coming event. I'm a Gemini, I'm a communicator, I'm the winged messenger. I am you and you are me, so everything that I say about myself equally applies to you. We will be forming into groups of 12. We will basically, let's put this up so you can see. Aries is your 12. Let's see if I can get this to go the right way, because I'm working in a mirror image here. Taurus, then Gemini, so I'm 2 o'clock, so Gemini is twins, so that makes absolute sense. And it will come that there will be 12 of us in these groups, so it may well be that Scotland, there will be 12 of us in a group. England and Wales, maybe that England and Wales will be classed as one. Maybe they will be separate. Maybe even regions within these nations. Maybe the Southwest will have their own group of 12. I don't think we're going to have to need to travel too far, because with this magnetic field coming down, the world as we know it today, this planet, is going to be unrecognizable from what we have today, but at the same time there will be enough to still recognize. So these groups of 12, you've got this replicated again. You've got, what you'll have is each of you. Now this video is going to go out, I'm going to go out and share this video in the various Facebook spiritual groups that I am a member of, because it's the flower of life pattern. Each group of 12 overlaps with another group of 12, and this will be in every region or country around the world. Probably the United States, there are going to be several groups. Certainly there is going to be like the Hopi tribe, and the various other tribal groups, and they will have groups of 12. It's going to be very much in a way like Atlantis, where you will have the different races as well. Um, it seems very apparent that the group of 12 that I'm part of is all what we would call the Caucasian white Europeans, for example. I think I can talk about this without the hysteria reaction of, oh, this is racist, because this is way removed from the 3D. Um, we are all siblings, we are all brothers and sisters. There will be a 13th part to this as well that comes in the centre of this group of 12 of us, of each of these groups of 12. It could well be, just for example, with the UK, that the mainland of Scotland, Wales, and England will come to four groups that make 48. But then there will be this 13th part, this magnetic energy that comes down in the middle, and it will empower us. I've seen this through spiritual downloads that we will actually glow and appear golden and spiritually grow, and most likely appear to be less solid, less physical as we grow. Um, Hopefully, this doesn't sound egotistical at all, because it's not about I am in the sense of just the singular me. This is the I am in the sense of all of us that are on this spiritual journey and have reached that sort of level of inner standing of what is going on. I'm just communicating it and trying to join the dots. And I hope this will all make sense to those that are of each of these groups of 12. This is specifically a video for all of you, but I hope that it will also give an understanding to those that have the light, and that those that have only got part way with this, because it is all about benevolence. It is all about lending a hand and helping those up, but it is also a tightrope walk. As I've said before, it's a very narrow path to walk on. The knowledge, the no fear of falling into a more solid state. It's the gnosis, the chrism oil, the Christ within. You get, on average, 216 chances in a lifetime to raise that spiritual oil up and anoint yourself and become this living Christ. And a lot of you that I talk to are at that level. I can see it in your energy. I don't even need to see photographs of you. My soul recognizes your soul. I am me, and you are me, as it were. This is becoming far clearer. It is outside of the five sense sight, as you all know as well. So there's a few thoughts on that. One other final point on this. Think about the ancient Egyptian weighing of the heart. If this is magnetic energy coming down, we generate magnetic energy as well. So that is what this weighing of the heart is referring to. Everything has been, I'm going to struggle to say this word now, has been anthropomorphized. I think that's the right word. Into a figure as an explanation, normally like Kronos, an old man with a white hair and a beard. Yeah, no, I'm not. But it's a magnetic energy rather than a physical being that is coming, and is like the layers of the skin as this magnetic field comes down. This is the other aspect of the 5G. It is creating a fake dark side version of a magnetic field to try and repel it. And well, they're going to be in for a big shock, because it comes down to this inner standing and looking at the way magnetism works. This is where you get the word Magdalene, Maria, which is area. The MA, the M represents the divine feminine, the A represents the divine masculine. So ladies first. But at the same time, it is up to those of us that are in the male form to be true to ourselves, the Y chromosome, and ask why and shine the light for the divine feminine where the real power is. Because this is what this is all about. It is restoring the balance away from this patriarch system and bringing back the true balance and equality between the masculine and the feminine, because dark side is all about divide and conquer, and that's one of the first things they have used against us all and played us all in this realm. So there's a few thoughts on this, and I'm certain that it will make sense to all of you. It is time we start shining our lights and stop giving our attention to all the negatives, this current madness. I refuse to mention those two C words. I will not even look at the Facebook posts on all that side of thing anymore because it is pointless. It's drawing my attention. David Icke talks about problem, reaction, solution. The wording isn't quite right on that. It is problem, it is reaction, and it is a solution. But we need to change this to problem, and our reaction is one of neutrality, and it is soul lotion that we are bringing to this, and we are changing this reality. Tina, Pippi on a String channel, has shown in the cards what I've said in a post I put up recently in the spiritual groups, and some of you I've spoken to are also confirming this as well, that the outcome of this is going to be wonderful, because this is the coming of the new golden age, where we replace the moon eye monetary system with a foundation of benevolence and love and the restoring of the balance again. This is what this is all about. It's not going to be as before, where we were all fooled and go through this horrid cycle. The darkness will be contained, and this group of, or each of these groups of 12 is going to surround the equivalent group of 12 from the dark side, and we will bind and contain them. That is shown in Revelations as well, because it is a reveal. Don't forget that. Don't be fooled by the relight of the jinn, the religion, because that follows the pattern of telling half truths. This is in everything. They always will sell you something with a part truth, and it looks good unless you do the research and you come to that inner standing and see the bigger picture. It is a case of you need the truth seeking, you need the geometry, you need the colours, you need the numerology, you need to know at least something about the golden spiral, the ratios, about the 432 frequency. This is all vibration and frequency, and it is all about what we think, what we vocalize, and the physical actions, because it is mind, body, and soul. It is always in a three with this. We are threes, we are fours, we are 12s. Even when they talk about north, east, south and west, we have a four cortex brain. It's not just the left and right brain. You also have the pineal gland and the pituitary gland. You've got the third eye as well, which is, that is the all-seeing eye in the good sense, the third eye between the two temples. It is shown to you in a very black and white Masonic term. Notice with that, Masonic, you've got the MA and Sonic put together in their dark side twist of things. So plenty of information there, I think, and I hope that makes things a lot clearer. And I will carry on speaking out and making these videos while we have this internet to do so, because that may all crash, and we will then have to develop our telepathy level even further than we have now. But it will all come when the time is right. There is a code inside me that was placed inside me that will be released when the time is right. I've said before, and I have goaded the dark side plenty of times to say, come and get me. because I am a prisoner in this physical body like this, and I could do a lot more and a lot quicker if I was just a free flying spirit. This is also where people get the taste for speed and wanting to go fast in a car. It is a soul memory of flying. This will sound incredible to those of you that are not on the spiritual side, but I'm sorry, that's not my problem. That's because you haven't done enough inner work to have the inner standing of this. And I suggest that you really start looking into these sort of things. Just for a quick channel recommendations, listen to Holographic Multiverse, listen to Freak Sense TV, listen to Santos Bonacci, Mr. Astrotheology channel, and Black Sheep Researcher, who is gives you is almost like an encyclopedia of the standalone topics, and it does all come together. None of this information conflicts with itself, but never stop questioning. Keep going with the questions, because I'm not even afraid to even ask Source what created Source, what is beyond that. It's a never ending story, but there is no harm in asking questions. The moment we stop asking questions and think we've got all the answers is the day that in our minds we die, because we stopped gaining the knowledge. Because I'm going to be first to admit that I don't know. I don't know what is beyond Source, or if there is anything beyond Source. But it's a wonder, and I am wondering, and who knows what is going to come beyond that. All I can see is the time scale of this big event, and the outcome is going to be wonderful. So I will say ta-ta for now.